realizing like you need to take the whole like, no, sometimes you're just depressed because your brain chemistry is fucked more seriously, because the more I talk, like that's what I mean, now I'd like talk about shit more.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will say something and like someone will look at me and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, y'all niggas weren't doing that. And they'll be like, no. And I was like, cool, noted. But I think the whole thing about like putting stuff out and getting that back in is becoming like really like it's like something I really think about quite a lot. Like the whole like thing about metaphysics too. One of the things I've just really liking now is that, you know, like every force in the world has an equal and opposite reaction, whether that's like physical, that's spiritual, like that's emotional. And I started like looking at myself, like no wonder I'm always fucking burnt out. All I do was just putting shit out, and I was never really like, let me actually like take time for myself. Let me think about stuff. And then you start doing that, and you're like, wow, I feel better. It's almost like I needed to bring some of that energy back in.
I swear, I love hearing you just like talk like this. I'm like, oh, you're healing. You're healing. Y'all don't know what I've been through. Y'all don't know. Y'all wasn't gonna be in the trenches in that flat in fucking Croydon, wondering if this nigga even had feelings or not.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Hey, like that was it. Like I'm not actually nonchalant, but like like externally I am quite nonchalant. And that's what I'm saying. I was like, let me apologize to anyone I dated in 2023, but I was also like, actually no, like a lot of y'all niggas sucked. Apologies to some of the people I dated in 2023.
And some of the people that you didn't date.
And some of the people I didn't date.
That believed you dated them. Sorry. I knew we were gonna. Okay, so we're here. No, this is not shade.
No, I just gotta.
But I did want to talk about the story time because we didn't get a chance last episode. And I honestly.
Oh no, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. So, about 2 years ago, my lovely friend Shaznay, shout out Shaznay. She's actually due for another episode. But yeah, my lovely friend Shaznay helped me organize a relaunch party when I introduced visuals to this podcast and rebranded. It went amazingly. Did it not?
No, it was very fun.
Yeah. Oh, really? You had fun, did you? I definitely had fun.
Well, no, it was a roller coaster of an event, but I think you know what? I had a lot of stories I can tell from it, which means it was fun. So yes.
And here we are telling them.
Exactly.
So to cut a long story short, because we are actually 40 minutes in.
Oh, fuck. Wow.
Yeah, this is how it happened last time.
Yeah, okay, we gotta, all right, we'll lock in.
So long story short, on the day, I invited the lovely Simply Shayo to be one of my guest panelists. And for very genuine reasons, she was unable to make it for her slot. And I wanted to mention and commend her because even though she knew that she could not make it for her slot, after the obligation that like took her out of the schedule happened, she still brought her ass to the event, even knowing that she only had 5 minutes left. And so I just I really, really appreciate that because it's that whole thing of like still trying to show up for someone, even though you know you can't show up for them in the way that you want to. And I really appreciate that. But yeah, so I was kind of panicking, had to rejig some things last minute. Shout out to Shah and Mary Manderfield who like came on stage and like helped me fill the slot. Shout out to Sol as well, my previous co-host, like did amazingly. And then me and Sol, we were talking about our red flags in dating. And there's a part of me that like cringes. I have a lot of pride. And so, every time I think of a big cat joke, leopards do not exist in prides. But yeah, so when I was like trying to rejig and stuff, I was like, I have a pride thing where I'm like, I don't feel like advertising my red flags because my philosophy is do better or die. So I never want to be in a position where I say I am bad at this thing because now you think I'm bad at this thing. But by the time I've even told you that I'm bad at this thing, I'm already incrementally better than when I told you I'm bad at this thing because I'm always sharpening myself. Right? And so that's the thing that I don't tend to do, especially with dating, because I might say, yeah, I'm an avoidant, but through you probably wouldn't know I'm an avoidant until you've dated me for at least 8 months, because I'll tell you, oh, I wanted to do this out of avoidance, but I didn't. And that I believe it's my responsibility as a partner to protect my partner from all of not from all of, but as in to protect my partner from my flaws as much as I can. Now that doesn't mean pretend to be perfect. It means like I know the traits that I have that can harm someone I'm in a relationship with, and so it's my responsibility to mitigate the damage as much as I can, right? So anyways, I was like, I ain't telling you you're my red flags. I was like, but there is somebody here who's more than qualified to talk about my red flags. And I promise you, I looked between you and another old flame, Adam.
I was gonna say the second you said it, I remember it's 'cause I literally saw you look at it and I was like, oh, like they're going up, and then you just see your head turn over and we make eye contact, and I was like, I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm so glad it was you because they would have come and got me cancelled. I don't know if you guys haven't heard, me and Adam have 2 previous episodes on the podcast. One was a old Valentine's episode, and then one was, I think it was last year, start of last year.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go rewatch that after
Yeah,
this.
the only white man to be on the pod, I believe.
Wow.
And yeah, he's great, but he can say certain controversial things sometimes. So I'm glad it was you.
Okay.
And I just wanted to rehash that Simi said Glow doesn't really have any red flags. If I had to think of one, it would have been the kind of like overprotectiveness / warning you against certain things and people in the scene. But
I mean, even that, that's just because, like, again, I've got no risk perception. I was like, let me find out. If they kill me.
yeah, you really don't, because you're sat here on the couch with me.
Hey, again, autism acceptance is important.
You know that one gif of that monkey? Like that baby monkey on the tree, and then like there's like a leopard. Oh shit.
Oh,
there's like a leopard like slowly creeping towards the monkey.
And they hit the...
They hit the eye show speed.
Yeah, literally. That's
accepting death.
That's me. That is what I got to.
Do you know what? From what I've heard about your relationships with people, especially women, it does sound like that's you in a lot of relationships. You're just like,
right? How, like, all I'm saying is, how many other niggas do you know that have had 2 relationships where you tried to break up with them 3 times and they went no?
A lot of niggas. I'm gonna go to the
that makes me feel better.
Know who you are.
That's commonality. That does make me feel better. If you want as well, because I brought my rolling stuff, so before I go to the party, we can do a little.
Let's get back together.
Let's do it. You know what's so crazy? I know you're gonna clip it. I know you're gonna clip it, and it's just gonna be that.
So obviously, wait. Let me. You know, I'm gonna give them a real show. So, don't worry, I'm not gonna kiss. So obviously, you know, here you are on my couch. You know, I just never really thought we would get to this place. You know, we're both older, we're both different people.
Okay, I'm looking in.
I really like this hairstyle, by the way. It really suits you.
Thank you.
Oh, are you wearing the ring I got you?
I am. I really, I really fuck with this one, actually. So this was great. Thank you.
Well, if you like that one, you should wait for the engagement ring. So
I mean, ooh.
I mean, you know, you're Nigerian, I'm Nigerian, you're non-binary, I'm non-binary, you're autistic, I'm autistic. I just feel like just certain things just align, and you know, like I'm a slut, you're a slut. Oh, you're taking that out, Chloe. I just feel like we didn't really get a good go. Maybe. What do you say, huh? I don't. Can you see how I couldn't look at you because I'm so appalled by that?
You give it a go. Wow, you're gonna.
That's so white of me.
I'll give it a glow. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I had to drop that. That was too much.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know how that felt so good? Because that's the sort of thing that I would have done in the past, and I promise you, in my head,
You would have meant to. That's what.
Yeah.
That's when once you looked away, I was like, okay. I was like, you know, something like, I think you're joking. I'm pretty sure you're joking. Again, no risk perception. You looked away, and I was like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah, no. The idea of actually doing it was cringe.
Hey, that's how it is.
But yeah, sorry, the event. Yeah, so after I came off stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm gonna be very frank in this part. I really, really like this person. Adore you. This is my honest take of. This is how I perceive what happened, right? So I come off stage, you know, like there's a few people running up to like say, "Oh my god, like congrats, that was amazing." One of our mutual friends.
Shout out her.
Yeah, shout out you. I'm not gonna say. Wait, did you say a name?
No.
Okay. So one of our mutual friends, who I'll give you context about afterwards, she runs up to me, and she may have said something before this, but in my recollection, the first thing that she said is, "Oh my god, Simi put the hand up." Actually, no, said Simi put his hand up, which is the first thing that irritated me. And so, for context, earlier in the podcast live show, there was a game where I was trying to set people up, and so I said, "Put your hands up if you're single." Yes, part of that was because I wanted to know if you were dating anyone. I would be so real.
Can I also be real though?
Yeah.
Because like what made it worse is the reason I put my hand down. It was like I was like I'm still like my hand is still up, and it's getting close to the end, and I was like I'm not going back up. So I don't even know what the question was when I put my hand down. I just put my hand down, and I was like, well, like who's gonna see anyway? I was like, whatever.
You really have no risk perception. I'm an insane person. You know that.
No, I like if we're talking like insanity, I clear. Like I'm just lucky I act and look nonchalant. Like I am an insane person.
Do you know what you are? I think do you know what? You're probably like more insane than me in that like you're probably more like disorganized insane.
Oh, yes.
Like the insanity in my head is like a perfectly filed cabinet. It's like systematic. Anyway, so
yes.
Simi had put their hands up or put their hands out in a way that meant within the context of the game that they were seeing somebody. Now, I definitely clocked it when the game was happening, but for me, it was more of a thing of like, it was more of a like, oh, because it wasn't like, no shade, at this point, I wasn't like hoping that we would get back together. It was more so like, I feel like slightly disheartened by that, and then I just carried on with my life. By the time the thing ended, I'd forgotten that even happened. And then this babe runs, up to me and is just like, Simi put their hand down. And I was like, also I'm correcting the pronouns. And Simi put their hand down. And I was like,
love that.
I was like, huh? And I'm like, Simi put their hand down. And bear in mind, I've just come up off of hosting my first ever podcast live show.
Excellent.
So I'm not even
show,
thinking.
By the way.
Thank you, babe. I honestly wasn't. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I was just like, oh, because I remembered. Oh, I was like, oh, okay. And the way that she said it, because I'm somebody who's very susceptible to suggestion, as we know from all of the times that my close friends have made me think that we should get back together. I was kind of just like, oh my god, maybe this is. And also, when you're drunk, I was like, oh my god, really? And then she was just like, yeah, let's go over there and talk to them right now. I was like, okay, like I've just finished my show and like this is like, and also I'm like, I know you would never do that to me, but there was something that I think this is also part of why I kind of like grew up and uncrossed my wires a bit, because I was actually just like, ain't no way that I'm having like one of the biggest moments of my like career right now, and somebody's making it about the person I'm no longer like Simi. Like,
I'm not worth that. I'll be so real.
listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, yeah. So obviously, by the time this comes out, yeah, I will have posted the episode we did before, and I'll have tagged them. Part of the reason they've never come on the pod before is because I've always been like, no, I don't want anyone knowing this my ex. If anyone touches them, when I tell you, I'm so past not caring, because like, you really ain't a prize, and that is okay.
I was gonna say, it was very sweet. You really, I feel like you thought too highly of me.
I did. No, but again, I'm jesting.
Like,
I
think
you're a genuinely amazing person. Like, I think he was one of the most valuable friends I have. But as a dating candidate, no.
It's like I know my bag now. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
And I know your bag now, and that's probably what I was trying to fit a circle into a triangle hole. Like I was trying to make fetch happen.
But you're also cool enough. I was like, no, I was like, I guess I was overly ambitious as well. I was like, no, this shit's fine.
But do you know, I respect. This is my thing, because I think deep down, I love a grower, and that like, I love a project. I don't want you to come to me perfect. If you rephrase that, I think what I wanted from you is like a willingness to change for me, and if I'd seen that, I promise you I would have stayed. I would have been like, and I think that's kind of why I was like holding out, because I'm like, I was watching you like change incrementally, but I don't even think you were aware of how much you were changing.
Not until recently, I'll be so real.
Yeah, because my pattern recognition is very, very precise. So it felt like every week you were making leaps and bounds. Like, and so it felt like that was enough evidence to say. Anyway, so this babe drags me over to Simi at my event, and then starts confronting them for how they handle their past relationship. Because for context, I know this babe from Twitter. We became mutuals on Twitter, and I found her hot. She found me hot. We started flirting. May or may not have sent nudes. And then later on, we used to talk regularly. So when I started seeing Simi, I was venting. I was just like, God, I just went on this date. She was like, who is it? And then I was like, oh my God, it was this person. And she was like, oh my God, that's my ex. And I was like, oh my God, girl, what?
Wait,
and she was like,
was at that point.
yeah, our first date, I went home and told her every single detail.
And oh wow, I really I missed a lot of that.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Oh, girl, that's my ex." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." She was like, "No, y'all good. Like, this sounds amazing. Like, I'm really happy for you. It's beautiful to see them being like out and proud." And so she was in my ear, like really like rooting for us. She was kind of like our fag hag.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna have that beautiful like Sense8 like trio of like the two gay boys and then the girl who used to have a crush on one of them and is now just really enthusiastic of their love. I thought it was giving, and then. Yeah, and then she dragged me over to confront you for all of the ways that you supposedly failed both of us. Because I think when we broke up, I'm a bit suspicious of people. So when we broke up, and I eventually had to tell her because she kept asking, and the fact that she kept asking was a red flag to me.
Yeah.
So when we broke up, I didn't tell her immediately, but then she kept asking, and I was like, okay, let me just tell her. But I actually never told her what happened and why.
Oh,
Even to this day, I've never had a conversation with her and told her what happened. But then she gave me some vague sentiments about you guys, and I was just like, "Oh, girl, relate." So when she dragged me to confront you, she actually didn't know why we broke up or like how things went down.
Yeah.
She was just going off of, "Oh, if it's anything like what I went through, then I know Simi." And then she was going off and saying all these things, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, but. Because I'm fair, I could hate you if I'm in court and I have to argue your case and it makes me look bad. If it's the truth, I will. So she's there saying certain things and like my podcast brain is going off. I'm like, but this, and don't get me wrong, I very much understand her frustrations from her perspective because, yeah, been there.
No, that was I feel like because that was also it. It was like because I think from my side, it wasn't even like it was no, it was a little unfair, but
I
it
think it was
was
unfair on both of you because you were in a relationship that you didn't even have the wherewithal to.
I think because that was like I guess from my side again, like this is so like they were one of my first friends I made in London, and like I think for me, like at least like when we got together, it was like they knew like someone I knew from like up north who I don't fuck with, who I know is not great. I know fuck them over.
Yeah.
So when we started talking, I was already like, oh well, like they know me because I know this person. That's already not like a thing. So like I kind of just didn't think about it. I also was like, oh yeah, like I'm queer, I'm non-binary, and like all of this stuff. So I was like, okay. And it's also like I know they have a lot of queer friends too. So I was like, oh yeah, like we are. And they're like, oh, you're moving to London. I'll show you around. So like a lot of the time was just I was like,
sounds familiar.
That was, you know what?
That was on me though, not on you.
I moved there. Everyone, wow, y'all London niggas love me.
No shade. Yeah.
You shouldn't stop it.
No, listen. if you need my Yelp review,
yeah. I'd give myself like a 3.
I'm taking that out.
But yeah, so like she's telling me all of this stuff, and I think it was like I remember this moment so like viscerally because she was going off, and then you were also there. So like there's a crowd gathering, and I appear very social. I'm an introvert, and I was shitting myself, and she's telling me all of this stuff, and like I'm feeling like bad. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know you felt this way.
You were hearing this perspective for the first
No,
time.
like literally, so
you're
like
having to adjust. Your
yeah, so I'm like, holy shit, like I didn't know this. I'm like, I can't like, because I remember it. And, like she says it, and like I do look at her, and I'm like, I didn't know we were dating. Like we never talked about it. And the way I hear, like I literally hear someone go, everyone, this person.
Because I think
Gautier.
Somebody who I'll call Gautier. His nosy ass had walked over and was just like, "What's all this fuss about? Like, what's tea like?" And then I was like, "No. And because he had a bit of like a weird little DL fixation.
He did not like me. He did not fuck with me at all. I found out afterwards as well. And I was like, we're getting on. I was like, we're chopping the shit. He did not fuck with me. That's life.
And so this nigga's like hovering. I'm like, no, babe, can you leave us alone? And then he was like, just being an annoying Nigerian nigga and just like hanging around. And then it was Shark. Shark came over and was just like, what's going on? And then I was like, me, Simi, and so are just having a chat. And then she shooed him away. And then, no, but you know, I wish I could have recorded, you know, the point where you said to her, like, I didn't know that we dated. Literally, I had glass smashing my head. I was holding back laughter because I was already irritated because I think at this point I'd realized, so this babe has actually come to my event, not acknowledged. I mean, I really appreciate that she was there, and like, I know that it was an inconvenience for her to show up for me, and I really do appreciate that she showed up for me, and I know that this was not her intention. But I'm like, this is literally my moment. You've actually come to my event and derailed my moment, not acknowledged my moment, and then one, made it about yourself, but two, also made it about my ex and about yourself, and also forced me to be in it. Because I'm like, she could have come to me and been like, where's Simi? Like, Simi put their hand down, I want to go speak to them. I would have taken her to you. I might have stayed for a little flogging. But the fact that I was actually trapped in this conversation, I'm like, no shade, like, we ain't in the same system. Because when you said that, my ego was just like, do you know what? I forget. Because I think whatever resentment I had at this point, I was just like, oh, I forgive you. Because I was like, no shade. There's a point in which you date somebody, and if you date them long enough, there's a point where you're just like, I think it's usually after like the 5-month mark. They're just like, oh shit, this nigga's a nigga. As in, this is a man. I'm dating a man. Like, you're not a man, but like, I'm dating somebody who was socialized as male, and you're kind of just like, oh, you're an idiot. And it's like, you saying, oh, I didn't realize we dated. Before I knew the context, I was just like, oh, I can't be mad at them. They're just an idiot. Because I'm like, at least they know they dated me. That's like, for me, it was, genuinely, I was like, because if you said, Simi, you know, if you said that to me, Simi,
I'd not be here. I'd like, as in like alive. Like,
it would still be cool, but like, I actually might have to beat you up. Like you might get a couple bangs. But when you said that, I was just like, well, I know I dated them, so cool. I was thinking like, how embarrassing. Because nobody forced us to do that.
It was,
that could have been a private conversation. The fact that I was there, because she was trying to do, but sisters are united, we stand. Let's ride out against this nigga. I was there like, yes, let's be there. She thought I was going to be cavalry. And then you're telling me that we have two different stories. I was like, nah, sister, we're not the same. This is when I started to be like, well, you know them ones where it's like, I was even thinking, let me go out and find someone else.
And that's what that's what I mean. I just need communication. Like it's one of the ones where it's like, because I think that was also one of the ones I don't think they clocked. I don't think it sunk in. Maybe I was non-binary because I think they were also like, that's what I mean. Like the fact that I knew their friend from before. I think they thought I was just a man, and it's like I know nothing about gender concepts. Actually, I exist. And I'm hot. That's it. That's what I'm here for.
Oh my god! Sorry, I just opened Reddit to look for dilemmas. I'm gonna turn my phone screen. Warning. This is the first thing I saw. And I was like, oh, wrong Reddit. Wrong Reddit. Wrong.
That was the burner. Okay. Wow.
I'm going to see how tomorrow goes because I know I want to do an episode about F4s. I'm going to pick someone from the party. If I don't find someone who's good enough, would you be down to come back? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll cheers to that.
I was literally thinking, oh, we should cheers. I love you so much.
Bring it in.
And I didn't cringe at being nice to you. Wow.
I don't know. That's been some real growth.
No, right? Like I'm growing, man. Don't get me wrong. Like we've spoken a lot about like Simi's quote unquote flaws. Trust me, I had just as many. In that I take full responsibility for the ways in which I felt myself when we dated and the ways in which I felt myself afterwards when we were fumbling about friendship.
It was like for both of us, I think it was quite a transitionary stage. And I think it's like we both knew that like, oh, like this person's good for me. But it was almost like you don't like it was like I don't know how yet.
Oh, that just made me feel so wholesome in the most non-romantic way ever.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think I was like socialized to be romantic as well. So it's like, you know what you were talking, it's like, I feel like it's for you, it's like, you never say you're bad at anything because it'll be like, even if you do, like you're working on it. And it's like
Yeah.
rather than pretending to be perfect. I think my communication was so bad. It was more like that's something like I'm good at passing. Like if someone like has an idea about me, I think I'm
Mhm.
very like intuitive. So it's like almost like I can tailor myself to that. But the
And
thing is, I'm
yeah.
then tailoring myself. It's like I'm not being myself, and that's almost what happens. It's almost like you run out of
Yeah.
the energy to keep that up. But I was almost like, oh, that's what like every relationship is like
Mm.
for way too long, I think.